Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. As we continue to fight, work on in honor of Mitch here. Today, we're getting the picks here from the NFL, Monday Night Football. We'll have picks from the NBA card today, 5-game card. We'll also mix in this Monday college basketball card, and we'll close the show with the NHL. Of course, before we get to the picks, we'll meet the cappers, and after we meet the cappers, we get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
No, not too much, Tony. Another nice winning day. Can't complain about the weekend I had. Fire. Looking to continue that right on into the new week. Let's get it. Not a massive card today, but there's definitely some nice spots, I think, to make us some money this nice fine Monday. Let's get to it.
Yeah, you're right. You had to call it right there with the Bills. And again, that chow rating continues to be a monster when you have that big variance, right?
Yeah,
right?
It wasn't that good this week. It's had its off weeks.
On the Bills game.
On the Bills game.
Okay, yeah, on the big variance.
I said the 49ers looked like a sea of red on the defense side of things.
I said it. I went up to who did I ask, Tony, when we were at I asked him. I asked Dr. Chow and I asked Pheasant. Yeah. I said, what player is worth the most points on the money line on the whole NFL over this last year? And it's true to this year. Trent Williams, the San Francisco offensive tackle. Yeah. When that dude goes out, San Francisco gets whooped and they don't cover. If he's in the game, Brock Purdy's a different quarterback. He has never played well when that guy goes out. I mean, as a tackle, he's worth over a field goal. I'll say 3.5. I'm not an expert on that part of it, but he that offensive tackle running the ball, making sure he doesn't get hit by his blind side. As soon as I saw Trent Williams was out, look how poorly they played last week. Watch when he gets back. That offense will be a whole different unit.
That's right. So what's happening, Jorge?
Nothing, man. Just here in Vegas and still a little just learning about the news. It's pretty sad, but we're going to do what he would always want us to do is to continue to put up picks and make the two websites the best possible. So that's what I'll be concentrating on. Got back on the winning track yesterday. And looking to finish the month strong. Hopefully, I can get up over 10 units.
There we go from Jorge. Say hello to Bo. Bo, how you doing today?
Yeah, man. Just still grinding out, man. Trying to keep these wins consistently, guys. So it's a great day to make some cash. Let's get to this money, man.
Let's get this money, indeed. Let's say hello to Chris.
And if I bet the Jets again, whack me.
I told you.
No,
we warned you.
Yeah.
So I used Moneyline Colts on another site, and just because we're units, I put it over, and they burn me every time. I don't even know what I was thinking. Even my write-up, I had to go change just to the Colts side and not go Moneyline because they can't cover a damn spread. And then they go for 2 at the end. And it goes back to the saying I got, guys. All you can do as a capper is be in the game in the last 2 minutes. Last inning, if you will. That's all we can do. We can say what's going to happen in the game. We should be fairly accurate to that and then have a shot at the end. Who knew that they were going to go for a 2-pointer, get in there in the playoff picture and get it, right? So it happens.
Yeah. It's just like with horse racing. You just want your horse turn the stretch with a shot.
with your horse right there coming down the stretch drive. It's like, come on, there he is. Yeah, go. You don't want to get that last horse and you're going, well, there's my guy over there.
Exactly right. Let's swing on to Bo. But how's it going?
Hey, man, like I say, just started grinding out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get more handicap with college basketball, man. Looking forward to getting into betting that really heavy. So right when them division game, conference games come in, I will start dropping more college basketball plays. So I'm really good in college basketball, guys. So you want to get something long term, man. Just go ahead and get that money. Let's get cash today.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Getting close to go to conference play. We do have that 1 week in December where there is some conference play. I think that might be the Army-Navy weekend. I'll go double check, but they always sneak a couple in before January. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Glad it's a new month, new week. I know last week was hard for all of us. Kind of doubled down last week, not only losing Mitch, lost my dog same day. So glad it's a new month and a new way to go. But I'm having a good time in the NBA. The Raptors, of course, killed my streak the other day, but we bounced back up with the Grizzlies. So leave it to the Raptors to kill my win streak. But thankfully, my Grizzlies took it back last night. So we're back on a winning streak here. Like I said, new month, new money. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. That's right. Let's roll here. We'll start here with the Monday night game tonight. Browns and the Denver Broncos going head-to-head on Monday night. I just want to see the update on the weather. Last night when I looked at this, it looked like perfect autumn temperatures there in Denver. Let's see if it's still that way here, because of course the weather can change on a dime. We've got 44 degrees, no precipitations, 2-mile-per-hour wind. I say this is absolutely ideal football weather for late autumn here, because we're 3 weeks away from the start of winter. So it looks like great weather here. So let's get started here with Rod.
Great weather report, Tony. But by the way, Denver is one of the few places that they can have all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah,
I've been there where I didn't have a jacket on and went up to meet someone up the mountain a little bit. Not even very far. Town's right there, just above Denver. It was snowing and I was freezing to death, man. If the game's in Denver, definitely watch it. It could turn nasty, windy, cold in Denver in 30 minutes. So it's definitely one to watch this time of year.
That's right. Keep an eye there. Things can always change at this time of the year. You just never know, especially at that high elevation.
Hey, look, Buffalo wasn't supposed to be that bad.
No, it was supposed to clear up, right?
The lake winds and the lake weather coming off the lake there. That wasn't even supposed to have a little bit of snow. Look at that. So
yeah. It looked like it was supposed to clear, but we got it. It came back here during the game there. So it can be unpredictable, especially this time of the year. So always keep an eye on it. But right now it looks pretty good. Let's get it underway here with Rob.
And looking at this game here, as I said, the weather's it's still 32 degrees warmer than what I am in Denver in Mile High. Definitely, weather won't be that much. A little breezy, but clear. Nice little fall day. And what do I think we're going to get in this game? I think we're going to get a close, low-scoring type game. Teams, we know the Browns are going to want to run the ball to open things up downfield. Denver's definitely going to do the same, but both defenses are solid. You look at the Browns, that defense is getting healthy again. And when that Browns defense is healthy, they're holding teams under 20 points a game. Same with this Denver defense. Same thing, holding teams under 20 points. So for me, it's like the first to 20 wins this. If we even get to 20, so I like the under 42 here in this one on Monday night.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Jorge.
Man, I'm an under guy, and I need to get away from it in the NBA because it's just during the regular season it doesn't happen. I took myself off the Clippers last night to take the under because the Clippers had held 6 out of 7 teams under 100. Right? You think, okay, there's no way they're going to push it. They had Porter Jr., the backup guard. He's out. Powell's out. I was like, all right, these guys are going to have trouble even getting to 100, and they'll play some defense. Not a chance. It got blown out like that. No one was playing any defense. They couldn't stop Joker, but then again, nobody else can. So, you know what? I'm a little wary. I think the unders will work good the first half of the season. But what we've seen with Denver is this offense has matured quickly with Bo Nix. Over the last 3 games, they're averaging 27 points. Granted, not a lot of yards. Not too much to go against what Rod's saying, and the defense has been solid, but they're still up there around 40. Cleveland, they're giving up 27 points a game over their last 3 games. Are they getting healthier? Yes. But are they the same unit last year? Absolutely not. And I think if it turns anybody starts scoring, one thing for sure is Jameson will chuck the ball down the field. He will let it sling, if the opportunity arrives. So if it comes under 42, slightly into the over.
Then from Jorge, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, it's more not of a fade taking the Broncos. I'm just fading the Browns in this one. They done lost 4 games straight on the road. Like I say, man, James, he okay to me every now and then, but it's looking like he might struggle in this one, man. Denver had number 6 pass defense. They're holding teams about 80 yards on the ground, so I think it's gonna be tough for the Browns to score. But I like the way Bo Nix been looking over the last 3 weeks. Quarterback ratings 95, 145, 115. I think he made the player of the week in all those too, man. So he's been looking pretty good, and I just feel the way that Cleveland just came off that big win against the Steelers. I think might be a letdown spot for them as well. Also, in the last 9 times they played against each other, Denver is 72 straight up, 63 ATS. They have a 9-3 ATS record for the season. I just don't see no way, man, the Browns can go a Mile High and get this cover. So I'm a lead, man, with the Broncos minus that 6.
And for the Broncos with a Bo, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Bo there. Going with the Broncos there. You look at them, they're 3-2 at home. Like you said, they're in their last 9, 7-2. So yeah, definitely late with the Broncos. Unless I guess it starts snowing, maybe Jameson will have a good time in the snow. But if it don't snow, I'm still gonna go with the Broncos.
There from Chris. I'll tell you what I think about this game here. I think the temperatures help the offense today with this weather. It's ideal for that. Cleveland defense, as already said, is given 27 points. But here's the thing that bothers me here: 5 yards a carry, 72% completion rate, 9 yards per pass attempt. And Nick's has been accurate here, really developing well under Peyton. And this year, there, Nick Chubb is back. He got 20 carries last week. So I think he's kind of getting back to the groove here. Maybe we can get the run and the pass working together here for this Cleveland team there. So I think that's the way I would look here at the over. One thing to note here, if you back out this Pittsburgh game, Winston has averaged 41 passing attempts per game in 3 of his 4 starts, exception being that bad weather game. So again, even if they're in chase mode, Winston's going to be patting out the stats, throwing the football. So I look for some points to be from points in this game. And if you look at those 4 games, he's averaged 7.5 yards per pass attempt. And the Browns have gone over in 3 of the 4 games with Winston at starting quarterback. So I think this trends to the over here in this game, mainly because of the weather forecast that plays a big part of it. And I know with Winston, he wants to throw the football. You want him to be engaged in the game, you got to throw. And of course, the receivers like that, right? The receivers like the fact that they're going to get touches. The linemen, it's easier to actually you can avoid injury more when you're in pass. When you're pass protection. The running game is where you get in trouble, right? You got those close quarters, people falling on your legs, and a lot of things you can get injured when you're a more percentage of injuries when you run the football for these offensive linemen. But I just think here you could really get real popular with your teammates when you throw the football because these receivers get engaged. So I just see here this spot here the over coming in. All right, let's continue here on the
quick note on the weather, and I've said this before. I mean, it's got to be extreme to be a factor, like a big factor where you'll bet on it. It's got to be blustery. If it just rains, they know how to deal with just the rain. If it's windy and rain and it's going sideways, that's a problem. If there's snow and it's windy, that's a problem. If it's super cold under 30, so you need the combination. You need winds really up around 20 miles an hour. I know I played some of the MAC games. It was above 15 with gusts of 20. As soon as those winds die down a little bit, they put up 20 points in a quarter. So you got to watch the pattern of them, and you need a mixture. Just remember, it's got to be blustery. There's not really one condition that can really change the pattern or the team's philosophy, right? That's probably the best way to do it. So definitely want to get a couple different components mixed in there, and that'll definitely change how they run their offense and how they play defense.
Yeah, well, also the heavy rain, I think, plays factor. You go back to that UNLV and San Jose State game.
Yep.
Oh, anything heavy? No, anything heavy. But it's got to be that. The comparison is, relatively over 20 miles an hour winds, right?
Yeah.
Stuff blowing sideways. And, if it's blowing up and down the field, you're only going to throw the ball when you have the wind at your back. Right. You don't want to be throwing into the wind or kicking against it. So, and field direction on the field matters too. So, yeah, that super rainy game with the Rebels, absolutely. So, extreme weather, it will always factor. But you know what? As much as we talk about it on this show, it is adjusted a lot faster now than it used to be. I used to be able to just jump on those games up until like game day, then you'd see it move. I'm now starting to see it 2 to 3 days beforehand. Those numbers are starting to come down. So losing a little bit of value on it. You definitely have to gamble a little bit if you take an early line.
Yeah, especially on these high-profile games. You got to keep an eye there, no doubt. People are looking at it. All right, let's move on over the NBA. We got a 4-game card. We'll knock them out in 2 at a time because it's such a short card here. So we begin here with the Heat and Celtics. These are back-to-back games here for both. Celtics 10, total 220. We've got the Pelicans and the Hawks. The Hawks 10, total 229. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at the Heat taking on Boston. I'm going to lay with Boston here in that one. If you can get beat by the Raptors, you can definitely go into Boston and get spanked. So give me Boston. I think they win by 15 plus. The Heat definitely didn't look good last night in that one. And now you're in a back-to-back versus this Boston team in Boston. Good luck. And then is a complete pass for me. I want to take New Orleans, but that's a G League that has no hustle. So definitely don't want to be laying 10 with the Hawks either as a home favorite. Yikes, 10. That's a lot. I have to lead to Atlanta to get the cover though. They are playing the better basketball. This New Orleans until we get some MASH guys back from the MASH unit. They are, as I said, the G League with no hustle. So. I would lead to surprisingly give me an over there 229. Those two teams aren't going to play any defense. As Jorge said, we watch some of these games that you think that all these guys are missing and they're out. In the NBA, it's just like they're just like defense optional. Let's just have a shoot around. And next you know it's at 2.
Well, they can all score. That's why they're in the NBA.
Yeah,
they can all score.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right. So no defense. They're just like let's just have a shooting fest. And that's what ends up happening in a lot of these games in the regular season. So give me the over in that one.
Over from Ron, we move on to Jorge.
No, NBA is all about motivation during the regular season. That's one of the big things you got to watch with that, right? They're at Cleveland. They're fired up. Now they got to come play Miami. The thing I caution with Celtics on this spot, Brown and White were hurt. I don't know if which ones. I didn't see the game yesterday. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at it. But if they're still hurt, and they could potentially be out, even one of them, I think it'll make the difference here. Celtic, 10 points is a lot, man. I mean, someone could be losing by 18, 15 points going into the fourth quarter, hit a couple threes, and they cover, right? Even though they haven't played well a game, they were getting whooped. And my condolences to Chris, dude, on losing the dog. That's tough. That's definitely tough.
Yeah. There we go. Just to update the injuries here for Boston. Brown is questionable. White is questionable there for Boston. Jovic and Richardson out for Miami. Where is probable? Pelicans, Atlanta, Zion, Alvarado are out. We've seen some upgrades to Jones, Ingram, and Hawkins questionable. Bogdanovich, Young will be probable here for Atlanta. Zeller, Lundy continue to be out. We move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, just what a complete bust was Zion, right? You know what I'm saying? Just thought he was going to be just a massive force in the NBA. Just ain't never been and done it. But that game, I like the over 229. Atlanta has the best over record this season, 14-7. So I'm gonna take the over 229 in that one. I think we'll see some points, and I'm gonna take the points from Miami. We've been talking about this all season. Boston they're just too overpriced, man. They land these big numbers. They're not covering 8 and 12. I know Miami just 8 and 12 as well, but I know it's a revenge game. You know what I'm saying? I know that used a lot, but Miami always plays Boston pretty tough. They done covered the last 2 out of 3. Since last season. So I'm going to take them points with Miami.
Yeah, from Bo, move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm going to ride with Miami with the points there with the 10. I think the Celtics get the win, but, it's kind of one of those games where I don't, they're coming off of back-to-backs and everything like that, so I don't know if they're going to really care too much to play terribly hard. I saw White and Brown both game-time decision, but it's just one of those games where they're probably not going to care, to just blow them out or anything. It's not real meaningful or anything, but as far as the Atlanta one, I actually had that one as the under because I was looking at the Pelicans are 7-2 to the under on the road against Atlanta. I don't know if they can get up to 100. We know Atlanta can score as many as they want, but I'd kind of lead under there, so just a lead.
Yeah, Pelicans. That's what they average on the road this year. Last in offensive this year, about 99 points per 100 possessions. I'll look here in this one. I'll take the points here with Miami here plus the 10. Celtics have failed to cover 6 of 9 at home. A little bit of a drop off defensively. They really haven't tightened the screws defensively with the Celtics team, giving up 47% shooting at home. One thing with the Heat is they're making 40% from 3 on the road. So they hit their threes on the road, and that will get you covers when you're laying that many points, when you get that many points, no doubt about that. Pelicans, Hawks, I'm kind of staying away here. Now that I saw the upgrades to Hawkins and Ingram and Jones, I'm kind of staying away from this. Probably be a game-time decision, no doubt. That's a lot of points to lay with Atlanta, that 10 points there, no doubt. All right, let's continue here on. Go ahead.
Can't go with Atlanta. It's a lot. but they're going against the G League with no hustle. So it's like I think with that spot, I think they do have a chance there.
Yeah. They might. We'll see how that rolls here with Atlanta. There with the Pelicans. That Pelicans team, it's brutal.
Yeah, and then on that back-to-back. What is called like 85 last night to get.
The Knicks. That was just a horrible. They shot 15% from 3. That was just 15% from 3 last night. McCollum, 13 points. He was the leading scorer in the game. That was a brutal game last night with that Knicks game. Horrible. All right, we go on to the second half here.
They were looking forward to this one. They were looking forward to beating up Atlanta. That's what they were doing.
Hey, all fun and games though, but as those guys get healthy, the line's not going to adjust right away.
Oh yeah,
they're going to be a live dog for at least a week. So it's that injury report.
Well, at least we got Murphy back. We got Murphy back in the lineup, right?
Yeah.
Ingram gets back in there. They might start to cover some of those big spreads.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm waiting on it.
That's right. We got to sit and wait for those for maybe we'll see how long they've been out for a while. Yeah. All right, this 8 Eastern games will feature Lakers and T-Wolves. T-Wolves now up to 8, total 219.5. Nets and Bulls. Bulls 7.5, total 233.5. We start here with Rod.
Yeah, I'll take the Brooklyn Nets plus the 7.5 in that one. You're still going to give me over 6 points, 7 points with the Nets. I'll just continue to keep taking the Nets. They just continue to keep covering spreads. They even continue to win out on a bunch of games as big dogs too. It's like, holy man, this Brooklyn team definitely been making people money. So continue riding the Brooklyn Nets there in that one. And you know what? I've looked at it's the Lakers on the road. They almost look like that's like trying to bait you into taking the Lakers. Going, come on, don't you want the Lakers? I'll give you 8. How's 8 today with the Lakers? Yeah, it seems like a nice proposition, but give me Minnesota here at home in this one. I got Minnesota by 10 plus. I just don't think. I think this is one of those games that Minnesota gets up for, and motivation wise, I think they whoop the Lakers and win by 10 plus and say, hey, I know the trade wasn't so good to start the year, and we'll slowly start turning things around, and nothing like a not deep Lakers team to get a right spot. Give me Minnesota over the Lakers on the road.
Yeah, let me cover the injuries. This is significant here for the Lakers here. We know Hayes, Reeves, Reddish, Russell are out for LA. A lot of bench guys out here. Vanderbilt, Wood, we know have been out. They're still out. Ingles, the only one out for the T-Wolves. Brooklyn and the Bulls. We've got Bogdanovich, Clowney, Martin, Cam Thomas out. Finney Smith, Cameron Johnson, Sharp, Simmons, and Zaire Williams here will be questionable here. Williams out here for the Bulls. Kobe White questionable, which is a key guard here, shooting guard there for Chicago. So you guys have been caught up on the injuries. On over to Jorge.
Man, Rod's laying a lot of chalk today. That's 20 points between two teams. Clean up that chalk from underneath your fingernails, buddy.
No, the Nets are plus 7, so it's kind of even what we're
okay, 13. You're minus 13. But I'm with you.
I'm laying 18 minus this plus 7.5, so we're still under single digits on laying some chalk.
But I'm with you on the Nets. They're a team that just covers all year. And they talk about a team that's not playing defense. The Bulls, they're playing pickup basketball. They don't come past their own free throw line to pick up anybody. They make one move, they just let them go. They're giving up road games 123 points a game, 119 over their last 5. Not scoring as much. Not sure how they're even keeping themselves at what? Sorry, guys, that was actually the wrong stats. Let me get back to Chicago.
Yeah,
it worked. The Bulls at home are giving up 127 points a game. Last 5, 128, scoring 128. Definitely a lean to the over in that Brooklyn-Chicago.
And they're from Jorge, move on or Bo.
Yeah, I like that over too, man. The Bulls, they play real fast. And up on the road, Brooklyn giving up 118 points per 100 possessions. So I like the over, man. I think we'll see big points in that one. For that Minnesota game, with the point spread going up, it's kind of let you know, man, either James or Davis not going to play. I think Minnesota wins this game big. They don't won the last 12 out of 14 games against the Lakers in Minnesota. And I think that their defense is picking up, man. They had the Clippers under 100 points. And coming off a Utah game where they barely won with the last-second bucket by James, approaching 40. So he might be the one that's out with that point spread going up. I think the 10 will get the big win by at least 10 points, like Rod said. So I'm going to lay it with Minnesota.
They're from Bo. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I would take the over in the Nets Bulls game. I mean, their Nets are 6-5 on the road, and the Bulls are 6-3 to the over at that. So we're just gonna see a lot of points there. Nobody plays defense there. And then as far as the Lakers Minnesota game, on my video I gave out the Lakers because it was just a terrible situation. I mean, the Lakers are 3-6 on the road ATS, and Minnesota's 2-8 ATS. So it's like, pick the lesser of two evils. I love my Timberwolves, but as the number rises, I start worrying if they can cover that. Hopefully, I mean, I think they get the win, but I just don't know about the cover. I would do a player prop and just put it over on Dalton Connect, because if you got Reeves out and a bunch of other key players, Dalton Connect's been killing it. So I would definitely take over his points.
Yep. From Chris, I'll tell you what I think about this one here. It definitely will be a huge issue for the Lakers tonight with all their bench injuries. It is a 2-day rest advantage for the Timberwolves. So this is a big rest advantage spot. I'll look at the T-Wolves in this spot. They do hit their threes at home. They defended the ball very well. They defended well at home again. So we're starting to see, as Bo mentioned, defense here for Minnesota improving here at home right now. In road back-to-back games, LA 3-6 for the spread there. So I'll look at Minnesota in this spot. Could be a smash spot. But I think here with the rest advantage for many. I'm going to look here at Brooklyn plus the points. As Jorge was mentioning, Chicago just a very poor defensive team at home. And you look at the Bulls at home, they are last in defensive efficiency at home. They're giving up 120 points per 100 possessions at home. A -9 net rating on their home court. Oh, that's horrible. Brooklyn, we know why they're covering. They make threes. We talk about the threes a lot. 40% from three on the road. And
because they play hard. I mean, they're hitting the threes. You only cover because you play hard. I mean, that's right. When you're under man. And great point on the Lakers. Kind of like the Washington Redskins of the NFL. Only a winning record against bad teams. Yeah, and they played the winning teams. They have a losing record, and that's a state of mind, right? If you get up for your big games and you can win them, that's kind of that next hump they got to get over before they're a real good team. And that being said, Lakers have a really good shot this year, especially now some of these bench players getting some playing time. Connect getting out there, and if he keeps developing as quickly as he has, he may be in the starting lineup by the time the playoffs roll around. So these teams that have a lot of injuries early, they definitely have a good roster. It's a team to look at in the playoffs.
That's right. We'll see if they can make that run late. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it rolls here early here in December in the NBA. Yeah. So Brooklyn hitting their threes. Also, too, make note how hustling. When you hit 40% from three, that means you're getting a lot of open looks. And how do you create open looks? Hustle. All right, you hustle on offense.
Yeah,
that's
really what it takes. Extra pass.
Right, the extra pass, hustle. If you're just playing stagnant, slow ball. We saw that with Indiana, right? When you slow down the pace, the three-point shots get contested. That's really what happens in this league. All right, we got you here with the NBA. Now it's time to turn attention to college basketball. This time of the year, we just ask the cappers just give us what they got. When we get into the conference season, we'll start doing the time blocks. Well, let's get it started with Rod. College hoops, give us what you got.
College hoops. First of all, we're going to look at an under. Looking at Air Force taking on Miami. This Air Force team can definitely play some solid defense, slower pace type game there in that one. And at $133, I like the under 133.5 there in that one. The other one I'm looking at, big giant spread. We're looking at Chicago State again. St. Thomas, they're a solid team, but not a -21.5 solid team. The Chicago State team, scrappy bunch. They can cover the 21.5. That thing is rocketed. So there's been a lot of money piled in on St. Thomas overnight. And I'm going to say Chicago State upsets a lot of people in that one today. I don't think they win it outright. Not as a 1,500 money line dog there in that one, but they can cover the 21.5 for us there in that one. And then I'm looking at Jackson State, another one, plus 22.5 versus St. Louis. And you look at the Billikens. They're only 1-4 against the number all season long. Why? Because they have these big giant numbers. It's just too many. Jackson State can hang and keep it close with the Billikens in that one. Two dogs I like: Jackson State, Chicago State. Take the points with both.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Jorge.
I'll jump back over to Bryant and Drexel. Drexel does play a little bit of defense, but they like to score. They're hitting 40% of 47% from the field, 38% from three-point line. Both teams are shooting over 70%. One of the things I like to look at in a total if you're going to have them get out and run. And, good chance that this one gets over the number 151.5. Bryant will always be a team that's going to get some guys out there fast breaking, and they run a good fast break, so they score often. That potentially there could go over. But Drexel's a good team. One thing about Bryant is they don't play much defense. They give up over 80 points a game because they're out there pushing the rock up and down the court. And when you miss three-pointers, long rebounds, it gives the other team some easy opportunities to score. So Drexel -3 in that spot. And Air Force plays a little bit of defense. I think it's more about their pace, more than anything. But they always they're a dirty team. I'll just be honest with you. I watch them every year, and every year they have a style of play that the refs just kind of, I don't know if it's because they're an academy or what, but they swallow the whistle with those guys, especially in conference play. So they're always going to play that defense. Miami Ohio is a much better team. Air Force is very young. They're super young last year, and then they lost their leading scorer. So they kind of trying to find a leading scorer right now. That's why they're not scoring many points, 66 points to 68. Miami Ohio is pretty good, though. They play a little bit of a tougher schedule, 4-2. Take -6.5 with Miami Ohio.
Here from Jorge, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, I like the Drexel play. They are 15-1 in the last 16 games at the home field. Bryant just 2-5 ATS on the road. The last 7 games for Drexel at 5-2 ATS. So that's what I'm looking at today, man. Drexel -1 points.
Here from Bo, on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Pacific Colorado game. Take the points with Colorado. Colorado is 4-2 against non-conference opponents and 3-1 ATS at home. So we're going to roll with Colorado in that one.
Chris there with the Buffs. I'll tell you what I'm looking at here today. I'm going to be looking at this Washington State team taking the points here. We look at Washington State, a lot of size, really good shooting and defending inside. They make their free throws and get up to 31% from 3. It is a long layoff for Nevada, and they're not a good free throw shooting team. It's 66%. They don't force turnovers. Below average rebounding team on the defensive end. I'll look at Wash State here. They take the points here at +11.5. All right.
Reno's 12.5. It's up to 12.5.
12.5. Oh my goodness.
That line is like skyrocketing.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I'm on the side of Washington State because they have a lot of good players, but Reno's loaded, man. But they
are loaded.
47% from 3-point land.
Yeah, I know. It's craziness there. Yeah. But
it
the layoff.
It 9 last night, and it's now skyrocketed to 12.5.
That it moved up again from an hour and a half ago when I handicapped.
Yeah, right. It moved from 11.5 this morning when I first looked. I was like, "Holy 11.5! What the?"
I'll tell you what, Reno, which we call them that over here in UNLV country.
Yeah.
Reno has a 6'9" point guard. They got like 3 guys over 7 foot. They're as big as an NBA team. Come tournament time, I mean, they have a solid shot at winning the Mountain West Conference for the first time in a while. But they're huge, man. And
the problem is,
they're like number 2. They're like number 2.
They can't hit a free throw. So when it comes down to the end of the game, it's gonna be tough because you just hack any one of those big guys and they stake it throwing free throws. Yeah, that's the scary part for you with that Reno team.
They're shooting 71%. Ross, nothing wrong with that.
That's not going to get it done.
66%. You're right.
66%. Yeah, that's not going to.
Yeah, that's problematic.
It is. They need to work on the free throws. Get them out there. Shoot some free throws. Let's go, boys.
That's it.
Yep. In the land of lane points, that's a lot there if you can't hit them. So there's no doubt about that. All right. We got you through the college basketball segment. Now we'll turn our attention to the few on the ice. We'll say bye to Jorge here. He doesn't have skates, so we're going to see what Jorge has for sale over at Tony's Picks right now. Jorge, top unit producer for the year at Tony's Picks. Head into a big week here of action. We flip it over to December. A lot of college football this week. Championship Saturday coming up. Also some games on Friday. NFL and more. Jorge hitting nearly 1,900 units of profit for the year. What do you got for sale, Jorge, at Tony's Picks?
I'll probably have an NBA game in college and maybe an early college football game. I'll get it up here before 8 o'clock. It always lays steam with me, especially in basketball. For example, we were just talking about that Washington State. So, when you get lines too high, you can take the dog, or if the line comes down too much, you go the other way. So definitely have some packages out there. Love to do the late steam. And my goal for the month of December is to get another 10 units.
There we go, guys. You got to go right over at Tony'sPicks.com. Long-term pass will serve you well. That 1 month pass gets you covered for a month of picks from Jorge for NFL. College football bowls. Because we do have some bowls past New Year's this year, believe it or not. That's the playoff games. They extended up beyond that New Year's this year for the first time in a while. All the college hoops, NBA action. And remember that promo code TonyT checkout will save you that 15% off. Click the link in the description and you get to our site at TonySpicks.com. You'll see Jorge, top of the unit leader for 2024, to go ahead and get signed up. All right, Jorge, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, good luck in hockey. Have a winning day.
Have a good day,
All
George.
right. Have a good one.
Thank you, Jorge. All right, Jorge here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. All right, let's continue on here, guys. We move on over to the ice today. I guess they wanted to give all the sports. Let's just give you some light cards today. You need to recover from the weekend, I guess.
From the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, long weekend.
I'll take
He'll
it.
take it, Rod. He'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take the light cards today. Ooh,
Yeah,
what a
no,
weekend,
that's
man.
right.
Yeah, it
So
was.
much action. That was a tough weekend too. So
Yeah, it was.
I'll take the light weekend today. The light Monday to start the week. Get us ready for the rest of the week, because it's a loaded rest of the week going forward.
Yeah,
So
we're getting some.
the little calm before the storm. I'll take it.
That's
All
right.
prepped and ready for the big massive week we got coming here.
Yeah, we
Big
do have some.
championship week.
We also have the college basketball. Was it SEC, ACC challenge? I think we're getting some of those conference challenges coming up here. And of course, tomorrow the NBA Cup continues. We're getting close to the end of the group stages, right? We got Tuesday, Friday, so we'll have coverage on that tomorrow as we're getting close to whittling down the field until we get to the knockout rounds, and then we get to the semifinals in Vegas. So getting close to that, middle of the month, I think, is when we get to the finals of that NBA Cup. But we're back to Cup action tomorrow. So we'll go to the ice. We got 3 games, so we'll cover them here. Devils at Rangers. We see the Devils on the road, $1.26, total 6.5. Blackhawks and Maple Leafs. We've got, look at this. Maple Leafs, $3.58, almost $4 now at DK. Wow, total 6.5. Stars and Hockey Club, Stars, $1.32, total 6.5 to Rod.
Well, ahead looking at the Chicago, that big giant one, Chicago. This is the second half of back-to-back for Chicago. They got whooped by Columbus 6-3 last night. So now coming into Toronto in a tough spot. I'm surprised it's only $3.50. That seems value. It looks like we should see the Leafs at like minus 400. But they're not, because they don't have Matthews going, still without their captain. But still no matter. This is a tough spot. The Chicago team this season versus the really good teams. Teams winning 60 to 75% of their games, 0-3. On the road versus teams just with winning records, 2-6 is this Blackhawks team. Yeah, I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Leafs here. And on the video, I said take the 1.5. I think he's even lean to the 2.5. I think they beat up on Chicago like Columbus did to the Blackhawks. Soderblom is getting the start for the Blackhawks, and he's good for 3 or 4 goals a game. He has not been good in goal. And the other one I'm looking at, bad spot here for Dallas. Second half of a back-to-back for them. Dallas got the nice win yesterday, and now they have to fly up into the high elevation of Utah. I like the under here. Both goalies are solid. It should be Carl in net for Utah. He's been absolutely lights out, and the reason why Utah has been in games and winning games. So I like the under there. Utah's 10-2 to the under. Dallas 5-0 to that under this season following when they play a good goalie, which is Carl. Any goalie with 915 save percentage or better, it's 5-0 to that under for the Stars. Take the under in that one.
And they're from Rod. All right, Bo, you got your camera's a little out of whack there. So when you get your face back on the camera, we'll bring you on here for the hockey segment, because right now we're seeing your floor. So we can once you get that corrected, we'll get you back up here on the hockey segment. I still have you I still have you backstage. So once you're able to get that corrected, we'll bring you back on. All right, now it's time here for our parlay peripheral segment where the cappers give out a parlay or a game from the future here. They make the call here on the parlay peripheral segment. We'll get started here with Rob.
And for me, we're going to go with, let's see, we'll take the Brooklyn Nets plus the points, lay it with the Timberwolves, and lay the minus 2.5 with the Toronto Maple Leafs here.
Maple Leafs. There we go. Rod, move on over to Chris.
Yeah, we'll lay the points for the Broncos with the Heat, and we'll take the Nets over.
There you go from Chris. The 3-teamer for me today will be the Heat plus the points, the Nets plus the points, and I'll take Washington State plus the points with my 3-teamer tonight. All right, let's take a look at what we have for sale over at Tony's Fixes. Bo is trying to get back together here. We see him backstage. We're starting to see a dimmer of light coming up here. We'll see when Bo gets together. We'll bring it back up here on the end of the stage. All right, let's see what we got for sale over at Tony's Picks. Rock coming off a monster weekend. Oh my goodness, Rod has been on fire. You see him on top of leaderboards here, but giving the Jorge a run here for the year. Also, we see the units in college hoops has been on fire for Rod. So Rod, let everybody know what you have for sale over at Tony's Picks.
And over at Tony's Picks today, I got a nice little 5-pack. I have 2 college hoops plays. I've got 1 play on the ice and a couple plays in tonight's NFL action. Grab that Mega Monday package. That'll get you all 5 plays I got going. But better yet, it's, as you said, we've been hot. A great weekend. Looking to continue that. Chasing Jorge down. We're coming for you, buddy. Coming for you. So definitely chasing Jorge down for the top unit producer here at Tony'sPicks.com. So definitely jump aboard something long term. And that way you make all those late steam plays. I find a couple here and there. And if I find one late, then that way you don't miss out on those late steam plays when you're a long-term subscriber here at Tony'sPicks.com. Hit the link. It's in the description. That'll get you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com. You can find my 3-day, the 7-day, 30-day, or the rest of the year pass. Definitely the way to go. And don't miss out on that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. I'm not the only hot capper, as you can see over at Tony'sPicks.com. And use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases. Let's have a big week. We already started the new month strong. Let's continue new month to go. Let's keep crushing it.
Crushing indeed. Rod, fantastic working on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Let's see what Chris has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. He's just been nailing it right now in the NBA. Chris, what's for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Today I've got 1 pick in the NBA since it's a small card. Tomorrow with the NBA Cup, I will have a couple of picks there. There's a couple games I really like in that, so we'll keep covering those. And the rest of the week, man, is jam-packed with some stuff. We got some championship games this weekend coming up, and then we just have a full card of NBA this week. So I'm going to keep killing that and just trying to grind and trying to chase Jorge and Rod here. I don't know. I'd probably settle for Rookie of the Year. I don't know that I'm going to get top capper, but we're working real hard. These guys are very they're my inspirations and definitely helping me all the way. So, yeah, I've got some NBA today. Hop on board with me. There's a ton of action this week. We're going to be having plays from all of it.
That's right, guys. And with Chris over at Tony's Picks, link in the description. We'll get you right to the site and get signed up. All right, I've got over at Tony's Picks today. I've got plays for you here from NFL, as well as get on board with my long-term pass. You guys like that 7-day pass here on a Monday. You'll get coverage with all my NFL for this week, as well as my college football championship Saturday. Don't forget those 3 games on Friday as well. College hoops, NBA, that 7-day pass, really good here to start the week. Or if it's in your budget, the 1-month pass, because that'll cover you through the bowl games here and a few of the playoff rounds as well with that 1-month all sports pass. And remember, use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. We'll have the multi-cap promotion also available here on the site. Or if you buy the 1-day passes, remember the 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit, or the amount you purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. All right, we have I know we're on the live show every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. Give us that that thumbs up, because you really help us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. And of course, I just want to make note, we are over on our on-demand channel at Tony's Picks. A lot of video up there, a little more of deep dive on demand. We'll see what Rod has over the Tony's Picks YouTube channel on demand. And what you have up there, Rod, and your plans for the week.
Yeah, but I got 3 hockey videos up for you today. And the one I didn't cover, you can definitely check it out. The Rangers game, definitely go check that out. I'll have you covered for the rest of the hockey all week, as well as we'll do the college championship show, as well as the new NFL show this week as well. So be on the lookout for those. We'll definitely cover the rest of the week in hockey. And probably going forward, you'll probably start seeing some college hoops plays pop up, as college hoops been solid in college hoops. Seeing the board well in college hoops. So definitely love to share some more winners with you guys there as well. So be on the lookout for those.
Yeah, Rod got that book really early.
I did. Thanks to my buddy Ron for sending me the book. I was going to have to drive 90 minutes to try to find the book and dig around in some stores. But, hey, he gave me the email version of it. So I deep dived into it early. Thanks to Ron for that gift. Thanks, buddy.
There you go. Yep, we got that blue book of really helpful here. Starting
huge.
college stuff. All the player
Bible,
changes, coaches changes, philosophy changes, and the coaches are very open to these publishers, because a lot of them use it, and they get in the summer they get a good insight about the team. So a really good tool there, no doubt. All right, Chris, what do you got over to the Tony YouTube channel and your plans for the week?
Today I've got 4 videos on. I covered all 4 of the games that were on there. That was my first time, I think, ever putting that many videos out. But yeah, I just did a deep dive on all of them. So I'm gonna try to, this month, I'm really striving towards putting more NBA videos out. People seem to be drawn to those, which is awesome. And I love talking about it. So we're going to do more NBA videos as much as I can. And yeah, for the rest of the week, I may have some more college football as we head into the SEC championship. That's one of my favorite things. So yeah, just more NBA videos and more videos to come of a lot of stuff.
Absolutely, guys. So make sure you guys check it out over with Chris over to Tony's Picks YouTube channel on demand. Lots of great content up there. So check it out. We did a question. I want to address this question. If you go and look at Ron's video that he made over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, there are some information on what you can do in honor of Mitch there. So check out that video from Ron Romanelli. You'll see it there on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. So that's what I would suggest there for South Dock. Thank you for that. All right. That's going to do it for our show. Guys, remember, we're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like and subscribe and set those notifications and check out our great content with our great cappers producing over at Tony's Picks. Before we go, you guys have anything in closing before we go?
Have yourself a good week. Appreciate everybody that tunes in.
That's right. Great week, guys. We're back again tomorrow. NBA Cup action, more college hoops. We've got those big challenges in college hoops coming up between the conferences and more. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning Monday. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.